Welcome back to the car. This might end up being a common theme in the coming months with some of my YouTube videos. But today I'm here to answer your questions. I put up a poll on my Instagram a couple days ago. So yeah, let's talk. The first question we have, who is the GOAT and why? It's Paul Macbeth. And it's kind of self-explanatory. He's just the GOAT. It's just him. Just the GOAT. What's my favorite course in New Zealand? That one's pretty tough. I really like Te Kuiti, Brook Park, but the course is so wild that you can't really play it most of the year, which is unfortunate because it's such a unique design in terms of shot shapes and like what it demands from you. But that's also in the North Island, so really not a feasible course for me to play. So in the South Island, it's probably Bottle Lake, but I definitely think New Zealand has some more potential. I've heard Rabbit Island up in Nelson is really good, but I haven't had a chance to play there yet. Other than you, who are your top 3 NZ disc golfers at the moment? I'm just going to say this first of all. I'm not going to count MP40 or MP50 players because Simon Feasey would be in contention for this list. I'd probably go, in no particular order, Francis Orange, Andrew Popham, and then probably like when he plays and practices, Jasper Vandermeer. I mean, they're usually always up there. So hard to go wrong with those guys. If you don't follow them, go follow them. They're pretty cool. Andrew posts a little bit. Francis says he's inactive, but still posts occasionally. But yeah. How much to trim the fringe? I'm very particular about my hair. If you watch Go Throw coverage, I like fix up my hair before I go to throw. I take some time in the morning to do my hair, and I haven't had a different haircut to what I have now since I was like 4. So it would take a lot of money for me to get rid of this fringe, the side part, because you know, it's well grown in by now, that's for sure. So 100K? Are you single? No. Sorry guys, I do indeed have a girlfriend. Got a beautiful girlfriend, currently doing long distance, which is great. And yeah. Francis Orange asks, top 3 vehicles from the Pixar Cars universe. That's pretty easy for me. I'm gonna take Strip Weathers, the GOAT. He's, you know, the Paul Macbeth of our sport. You got to take Lightning McQueen. Very close to being the GOAT. He would have had the same amount of piston cups as Strip Weathers if he hadn't have helped Strip Weathers finish that one piston cup from the movie Cars. I'm not sure what year that was. I think it was like 2006 piston cup. But then in my number 3 spot, you've got to go with Cruz Ramirez. Not a very popular racer, but the numbers don't lie. Unfortunately, she is on the top 3 all-time list. Are we also going to see you doing practice rounds in the US with players like Goose and Corey? Maybe. At the moment, I'm limited because I only have a 1 mic and 1 camera setup, but I know that Corey has access to a 2 mic setup, so we could see some collaboration there. And I'll hopefully be in some of Goose's practice rounds this year. Obviously I've got that relationship because he came to New Zealand and beat me by 8 at my own nationals, which is an experience. Are RPM baskets actually good? Yes. Most players that have ever played on them agree that they're very good, if not, you know, one of the best, if not the best baskets on the market. The main contender that I've seen with the RPM basket for its universal appeal is the, what is it, the Gateway Titan V2 or whatever it is, the nubless basket. But realistically, I don't think disc golf can sustain high enough industry standards to support that sort of machining. So I think the RPM basket is the best nub basket on the market. And that's maybe because I grew up with them, but they are just genuinely a good basket. If you were only able to throw one disc for the rest of your life, which would it be? It would be this Corticu right here. This one was a first run, so it started out super overstable and it beat into perfect stability. It's kind of like Goose's Buzz OS. Like, I just rip it on a tiny bit of hyzer, it pops up to flat and just goes straight. I can throw forehands with it, I can throw touch shots with it. It goes, 350, maybe a little bit more, 370. So that's my versatile disc, if I had to only keep one. My girlfriend, Annika, asks, when will you feature/teach me? It's up to you. I've only played disc golf with her once, and I wasn't very impressed, to be honest, so we're going to have to nail in some athletic performance into her, get her throwing absolute bombs before we feature her on the channel. That could be an interesting video series, though, in the future, teaching my girlfriend how to play disc golf. Well, how to play disc golf well. How did I know that I was ready to go through MA4 to MPO? I didn't start in the amateur divisions. I've played one tournament ever in MA1, and if I could do it all over again, I would keep it exactly the same. My advice is, if you're expecting to be on a tournament going into, if you're expecting to be on a podium going into a tournament, you should definitely move up a division. So for me, I played juniors until I was winning juniors consistently. Then I went to open. Well, that's not exactly true. I stayed in juniors a little longer, but that's because in New Zealand, they would put all the scores together and seed by overall score rather than by division. So it didn't really matter, but I would definitely say move up as soon as you're consistently finishing on the podium, or even not consistently. Challenge yourself. That's how you'll get better at disc golf. What is the best city in New Zealand to live in purely for disc golf? It's Christchurch. I don't think there's really much competition. There's so many courses, so many good courses. You've got Bottle Lake. That's like where my heart is in the South Island. And it's a big enough city that it can actually sustain a disc golf community. So, yeah. What do I do for work at the moment? I work in a supermarket and I stack shelves. It's not great, but it's going to get me on tour, and that's all that matters. It kind of, you're spending all day in a supermarket just doing boring stuff, just makes you want to go play disc golf that much more when you finish work. So I think it kind of, it puts that dog in you to go practice after work. So that's why I've been grinding these YouTube videos, because it kind of keeps me sane, because I plan at work and then I do it after work. Am I willing to move to the US permanently? Yeah, depends what you mean by permanently. I don't see myself like retiring there per se, just because I was born in New Zealand and grew up in New Zealand, and I love New Zealand. If I turned around the camera, you'd see mountains, 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 sunset, lake. So I just like New Zealand too much to retire somewhere else. But I'm willing to follow the sport as long as I can, as long as the sport will have me, essentially. So I hopefully will have a long career on the Pro Tour, followed by, I don't know, doing some coaching, doing whatever, content creation. I don't really mind. And yeah, follow the money, because I want to play disc golf. That's what I do. When did I start playing disc golf and why? Well, we tried it because Mum saw it and she thought it was cool. She brought us down to Ivan Wilson Park in Te Anau, which is about 300 meters that way, and we played. Me and my brother were very competitive, and we both lost to our dad. So we got better until we could beat him, and then we kept getting better to beat each other. And here we are. He's a very solid disc golfer in his own right. I think he's in his 960s. He's been as high as 982, I believe, so he's still a baller. Are you playing any tournaments other than the DGPT events when you are in the States? Yeah, short answer is no. The long answer is I'm going to post my tour schedule soon, or it'll already be up by the time this video is posted. So hopefully I've got around to editing that and posting it. What is your favorite run of Takapu? I just purchased my first and giving it a shot today. I like the yellow run, but it's important to clarify the yellow runs of Takapu are not more or less stable than any other run. They are just stiffer. I just like the feel of them. They start out a good stability, but so do all Takapus. I think they might actually beat in a little quicker than other Takapus, just because of the stiffness. But it's not one particular run. If I wasn't throwing yellow ones, I would still be throwing Takapus, just another run. They're all pretty good from what I've thrown. How do you work on nerves before and during tournaments? You get experience. My biggest piece of advice would be go into a tournament round with the mindset that you're going to have as much fun as you possibly can. Like, it's a competition to see how much fun you can have. And I can almost guarantee you'll play good if you're just trying to have as much fun as possible. Not necessarily change your actions, like still play the shots you normally would, but just try to enjoy yourself as much as possible and see how that works. It's very important when you have those nerves flowing not to get too serious. Like, obviously it's important when you're taking a shot, but other than that, take a step back, smile, be happy, and enjoy where you are. When did you first realize you wanted to make a long form putting tutorial? I've wanted to do long form videos for a while. On Instagram, I've really struggled because it just doesn't suit my style. I like to talk a lot, so I can't really just get all that information out in 90 seconds or however long a reel is supposed to be. So I've really struggled with making my Instagram useful, but I want to make this channel useful. I want it to help you guys. I want it to help you get to know me better and also get better at disc golf yourself, because that's what we're all about. Favorite colors of disc? I don't really care, to be honest. I throw what flies good. Some of my discs are super ugly in my opinion. Some of my discs look really nice. If I have the choice between a good disc and a good disc that looks good, I'll choose the one that looks good, but I do not care at all. It could be the ugliest color, I'll still throw it if it flies good. In the future, what team would you like to play on? I'm happy with RPM discs at the moment, for sure. They sponsored me since I was very young, and they've had faith in me. They took a risk on me when I was young, and have followed me up till now, and are willing to take a risk on me now. So I really appreciate RPM discs for that. The one thing I will say though is being open bag is almost less fun for me, because I think when structure is enforced on me in terms of my bag, I become more creative. Because at the moment I just choose the best disc for the slot rather than trying to adjust exactly the shots that I throw. So I found open bag to be shockingly boring after 8 years of open bag. What do you recommend? Many different discs in your bag or the same mold many times? I'm definitely in the boat of same mold many times. I mean, I have 3 putting Takapus, 3 throwing Takapus. I've got 2 Kortukus, I've got 3 Peka Pekas, 2 Kortutties. I would definitely prefer that by far. And it also helps you know which ones are seasoned, which means you've thrown the disc a lot and you're in touch with it really well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, you may as well drop them in the comments, and I'll reply to them manually. And yeah, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I've got heaps of time on my hands to film videos because I have no friends. So